Forward button. So welcome to the webinar one more time. Let's quickly run opinion poll. How many times have you attended the webinar previously? You can see now a poll if you would be able to answer if this is your first, second, or third time. This will help me to understand if you do have a new audience, and then I will talk more about specific investment opportunity. However, if all of us have been attending more than 3 times, then I would probably spend more time on investment topic rather than on the technology itself. Okay, so most of the people more than 3 times. We do have new people as well. Welcome. Okay, great. So we'll do a mix of both. I will talk a bit more on a investment topic and as well as on about the technology. So people who hear for the first time, you can also benefit, and you would have understanding about the technology itself and different investment tools. And if you would have further questions, I will have the time at the end of the presentation when you can ask me questions, or also the people who invited you can liaise with them and ask all necessary questions if you would have any. Hello. Hi, Harish. All right, let's start. I'm full now. So for those people who don't know me, my name is Mila. I am the Business Development Director of the Global Transnet UK. I've been involved on this business for a bit more than 8 months now, and it's grown so fast, very rapidly. I also a private investor. I invested in the different businesses as well as the SkyWay, one of the businesses I have invested into. And my previous role, my previous background is in sales, marketing, finance, and money management or business management. I previously worked with big corporations and small companies, and I had few of my own businesses to run. So I have a various experience on different fields, and that's how I think all these combined skills are helping me so far and serving me well within the SkyWay community. So that's about me, and I usually present on a different topics, especially if it comes to the investment, because for me, investment is such an important topic personally, and I believe that people do need to be aware about the investment opportunities. They need to understand what is the investment, and they need to understand that it is really important. It is a necessity today to learn how to invest and invest wisely. Not just invest in any pyramids or the company who can offer you great return for the short period of time, but invest wisely. And that is why I'm very passionate about this topic. And I hope that with these webinars and future webinars, which would be on investment topic, I will be able to give you value and understanding. And if you can be as curious as I am, then definitely together we can do amazing things within the investment field and teach other people and help them to understand about the importance of investment. So what is investment? In a very simple term, investment is the action or process of investing money for profit. Of course, the people who previously worked maybe for banking industry or people who deal with money management, they would probably more involved in investment and they understand the better what investment is. However, today there are lots of people from the different background, from different countries, different age, and different groups. They are very curious about learning what is investment. And it is a very good thing because if you have a look today what happened in different markets, and I can give you a UK market as just an example, the average pension is a bit more than £400 or £500 a month. And just to give you an idea, my rent is £400 per month. So I don't want to be in a place where I'm old, I don't have same strength and same energy, and I have no money at all. I think this is a very dangerous place to be. And lots of people today, they worried about the future, they worried about the financial future. And again, if you look at the statistics, now people live longer. And therefore, we need to make sure that at the beginning we start we learn about investment, so we can put some money on site every month and invest into different ventures, into different businesses, because it is a necessity today. It is not a luxury anymore. And people who think that only rich people can be involved in investment and they can only invest if they become rich, well, this is just false objections they have for themselves. It is not true, and I will teach you how even with the $10 a month you can become a millionaire within the next 12 years. And I'm not talking about any risky business, and I'm talking about winning the lottery. I'm talking about the decent business opportunities where you can invest with as small as even $10. So we have a lots of things to discuss today. If you have any questions, I also would be able to see it on chat. If there's something you want to ask urgently, please do. I will have a look if you can answer the questions within the line of the presentation. So financial education is the key here. And our company, SkyWay Invest Group, that's where we want to put our effort, and we want to emphasize a lot on the financial education, importance of the financial education. There are lots of people in the world who trade their time for money, which means that they go to work and then every month they receive the salary, and they happy what they have. And the more actually people earn money from the work, the more money they would have end up spending. And I'm talking here from my experience as well, because I've been in a place where the first time when I came to UK, I earned very little money, and then I really struggled a lot because of the language barriers and because of the lack of understanding the market. But then with the time I finished university, graduated, then I had a few companies I worked for. Then I get really fast promoted into different managerial position and so on. So I end up having lots of money as like to pay for my salary, and at the same time I didn't had a lot of savings, so I spent as much as I did previously. But previously I would consider a small budget to spend, and when I have more money, then I would consider the larger budget to spend. And this is unfortunately reality. So unless the people educate themselves how to save, where to put the money, how to learn about investment, what is investment, what is importance of the investment, then unfortunately they will run this rat race for years and years. So it is our choice. Either we learn about the new topic and then we develop and then we succeed, or we always stick to the rat race, having not enough instead of the having more than enough. Because it's all in our hands, and how we see the future depend on where we are at the moment. I like one quote from Andrei Havratov. He is our CEO. I'll talk about him a bit later. But what he said is, it is not about you to earn your first million. It is not about you to become the extremely rich. It's about you to be that person which can be successful. And this is so true, because I see many people who had this idea of becoming millionaires, and they're so money hungry. It is a great thing, but at the end of the day, do you have enough knowledge to keep this money? And if you look at back to statistics, lots of people who won the millions in lottery lose them. Why is that? Because they don't know how to keep their money. They don't know what it takes for you to multiply your money. They don't know anything about the money management. And this is the real problem, and this is the real challenge we also would want to outline here. And that's why we emphasize a lot on the people education. As you can see from the slides, Andrei Havratov, he is our general director for SkyWay Invest Group. He also author and founder of Academy of Private Investors. So he teach people on a professional level what is investment about, how to become successful investor. He teach a lot about the leadership skills, about the business skills, and he is a professional investor himself, a business coach, and he came to investment from a traditional business, which gave them this unique advantage of looking into the businesses from different perspective. It's not about just calculating the risk and see how if, like, what is the exit strategy for the business. It is not about just to understand how many years company exists in the market and what risk can be associated with the company. It's also about the product itself. It's also about who are the people who are involved in the business. So he got this all insight from the business side as well as investment side. And his view would be not just to help people to learn about investment, but he want to provide them tools whereby you can not just learn but take your skills and put them into the practice. And I met him personally a few times, and he's just a great character, and very excited about his future plan for Academy of Private Investors. Plus, he is author of many courses. Most of them are online about the people motivation, finance, and leadership. Unfortunately, most of his courses, they are in Russian language. He doesn't speak English that well. And that's where myself, I translate lots of courses, what he does in English language, and other partners. So we take the information from what he teaches us, implement, and we do put it on our own experience, and then we can present it to other people. So if among you, anyone who involved in investment, please do let me know, because currently we're also looking for people with investment background to add value to our presentations and make it more attractive for various people. Because for some people could be a feeling one way, and for other people could be a different way. So if you have a background where you can help us to grow the community and teach and coach people on investment topic, then please do let me know. I would be really happy to discuss this opportunity with you further. These are the 5 commandments for private investors, private investor, which was firstly introduced by Andrei Havratov. And also, if you read the book, it's called The Richest Person in Babylon. The Richest Person in Babylon. There are lots of things are related from what Havratov bringing to our attention. The first rule or first commandment is to save 10 to 30% from your income, which means that you need to have this as a rule. Every month when you receive the income, you need to put some money on side. On the different teachings, there are different tactics, and Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about 4 jars. Then Tony Robinson, he talks also about like 8 or 6 jars where you distribute the money depend on what you want to save them for. But the main message here is that unless you start doing it, and unless you have this money put on side, you would not be able to invest heavily sum of money in one go. Most of us, we are either working or self-employed people, maybe a business owners. But the reason why you're here is you want to learn more about investment, and you want to learn more about the SkyWay technology, right? So for you to become an investor, the first rule which you need to learn for yourself, it is to put 10 to 30% from your income. And do it at least for 21 days, then you form your habit, and then you will do it for the rest of your life. And there are so many good examples on the internet, and you can hear lots of the podcasts by people talking about cumulative percentage. And this is something you also will learn in much more depth, and probably not on this webinar, but in few webinars when we're gonna go on investment in much more detail. So unless you start adding the money on a monthly basis to your saving account, only then you would be able to see how great a return you will have after, let's say, 15 years or 20 years, especially if you use the cumulative percentage. Second rule is to control your expenses. Sometimes we can go to the shopping and decide to buy the things which are not necessary. And I know myself, especially a few weeks ago when it was a Christmas shopping, I wanted to buy lots of different things because they were on sales, but do I really need these things? And this is the question We all need to ask them when we go to the shopping and we see the big sales. And this is very important to control your expenses, because if you don't know what is your balance sheet, if you don't know how much you spend and how much you receive, if you live like very hectically, then for you it's going to be really hard to follow the rule number one, which is save 10 to 30% from your income. And it might not sound a lot, especially 10%, but trust me, 95% of people, they don't even put aside 10% every month. They don't. When they receive the bigger bonuses, or when they get promoted, all they do, they go to the bank, ask for a loan so they can upgrade their own house, or they can get another mortgage, or they can buy a car. So instead of creating their assets, people are creating lots of liabilities. And this is where the problem is. Unless you educate yourself and unless you follow that rules, you're not going to be able to succeed in investment. There are certain rules which are must, and you need to follow them. And so many speakers around the globe, they all talk about the same things. And these are the main 5 commandments which I started following a few months ago, and I can see results. I can really see how my life is different now. Protect your money. It's very important. I guess I don't need to comment much on it. Learn wisely how to invest. It means that again, if you approach by your friends and friends of friends, if you see advertisement on TV or on Facebook that there is a good investment opportunity, do your due diligence. Don't just invest the money blindly because someone promised you good returns. Especially when someone promised you good returns, you need to do a bit of your homework to understand what is the company about, to understand all these factors I mentioned previously, even more, because we're talking about your money, we're talking about money which you earn. And I heard so many people's stories when they invest in the businesses and businesses failed. They were not able to pay the people back, and the people were very disappointed with investment, like as an entire the world of investment. So they're not investing anymore because once they made this false decision. But it's not about the investment world. It is about your habits, and it's about if you know the topic well. That is why there are certain investment which is for private investors, for people like us. However, there are another investments which are more lucrative. They're for professional investors, where the big money involved, big risk involved, but also very big profit involved. So that's why it's so important to learn how to invest wisely. And of course, always learn to earn more. This is one of the rules I now follow on a daily basis. Before, when I worked full-time for a different company, I was an employee, so I only had my main money stream from my salary, right? So I receive my salary, and then I would pay my bill, I will put some money on site, and then go to shopping or spend the money on holiday, whatever it is. But I had only one stream of money. So I have only one assets and lots of liabilities to pay for. Now I understand the difference between having one stream of money and have multiple streams of money. So the right way how would investors think, it is not just receive the money from one source and then pay for all your liability. But first of all, before you commit to liability, you need to have an income source which will cover this liability fully. Just to give you an example, if I'm talking about maybe buying a car, which could be like here in UK, let's say £30,000, right? So I will take a loan, or I will take a few credit cards alone for the 30,000, and I need to make the monthly installments, let's say 300 a month. For the next 10 months. So what I need to create before I commit to that loan, I need to create another source of income which will give me a guarantee £300 at least a month, so I can use this money to cover the liability I just created. So it could be a different business, or I can receive the bonuses, or I can receive the dividends if I'm investing into the stocks, or it could be residual income if you're talking about the multi-level marketing business, where you receive the money when people are signing, or it could be if I have a house and I rent my room, I receive the income every time from every month's rental income. So I can receive my rental income, and I can pay this towards my liability, which was the loan for the car. Does it make sense? So this is how you need to think when you commit to some further debts, or when you commit to the liability. You need to learn how to earn more. And unless you create enough money streams, only then you go and you buy the houses and cars, and you go for different ventures and buy yacht or whatever you want to buy. But unfortunately, most of the cases, people, they do opposite. They first commit to the lots of liabilities, and then they work night and day and full time and 2 jobs and 3 jobs to make sure that they can pay all the debt. And that is when people, they they're running this rat race non-stop, because they have so many things to pay and they only have one income. That's why it's another reason why investment is so important. So we want to open the people's eyes. There are so many opportunities to be involved in a different business ventures, and you can earn the money within the business, your residual income, and also you can make lots of money from the company you invest into. Of course, if this is a company which can provide you certain return within certain time frame, and this is a reliable company. I'm not talking about any dodgy business. I'm only talking about the decent companies with the right business plan and right execution for that. Can you please put in the chat if you do have any questions with regards to this part? More than 3. That's excellent. Can you actually, let's just make it a bit more interactive. Can you tell me how many income streams you have at the moment, and put how many income streams you would want to have in the future? So just put me 2 numbers. The first number is today, and the second number will be the future. How many income streams you wanna have? It could be from your investment, it could be from other businesses, it could be from, I don't know, like online shop, like whatever it is. Just give me a number so I can want to see how ambitious we have, like what sort of people we have in this room, how ambitious they are. Okay, perfect. 7, 5, 9. Okay, good. We have lots of work to do. Just give me a second. I turn the lights back. Just give me 1 minute. There is a problem with audio. Can you all hear me properly now? Hello? Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Brian. So we have 7, 8, 5, 3. 3 could be more than 3, definitely. 5, 7. Okay, great. So I guess 5, 7 is an average, as you can see. 11. All right, 11. This is nice. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So what's, I guess the question we all need to ask ourselves, and there's something I lead you to, what is our reality? Me personally, I'm a very big fan of Robert Kiyosaki books, especially like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I think it's opened my eyes lots of, like 5 years ago, about the opportunity to receive the income from the properties, and how we can structure the deals together, and also, of course, about the stock market and about the investment. And I like this picture in particular because, unfortunately, this is how it is for most of the people. They go to work, they receive the income, which is the salary, then they pay the bills, they spend on their lifestyle, and then they realize probably week 3, 4, probably for some people even early, they didn't have enough money till the next salary. So what they do, they ask for more money, credit cards, bank loans, and etc. It is a very sad reality, and I know myself personally, so many people who run in this rat race, and I was there also myself when I just came here to UK 9 years ago, and that was my life for the next like for the few years. It was really difficult, and I do want the people to add to the circle investment, and I want people to add to the circle residual business, residual income, because this is the must. You don't want to stuck in a debt. You don't want to think about, I need to pay loans, where I'm going to send my kids to school. You don't want to think about, do I have enough money to retire? You want to live peacefully. You want to enjoy your living here, and you also probably want, as most of the people, give back to the community. And for you to do this, you need to be settled financially yourself. Unless you help yourself, only then you can help other people, right? So think about what will be your biggest dream, what will be your biggest goals, your financial goals. And now we are in 10 of January. This actually, this week, it's a very good week on according to the moon calendar. So if you haven't set your targets or your goals yet, so do take this time until the mid of the January or end of the January, put the plan together for the entire year, but make it in a way that's they are achievable, they are smart, they have a time frame, and they're very ambitious. So if you put here that you want to create the six income streams, then do sit and have a look what are the options you have. Consider this carefully and put the actual plan for you for this year. I'm sure with the opportunities I'm going to present you now in a minute, and with the community we have today, we can create multiple money streams. We can create a great business, and people can be healthy and wealthy while we all go through this journey. So use this time to plan ahead, and it's the best time to plan in the year is now, because we are just in the beginning. This is the first month, and we have so many things to happen, so many things to do. So spend some time with you tonight and over the weekends, and do really think what you wanted to achieve and how you want to achieve and why you want to achieve this. Because if you just put the goals, in money matter, for example, I want to earn 5 millions. When you talk to the universe, I hope you're all aware about the law of attraction and whatever we think and how we the way we think how our reality is. So if you just talk about the numbers, then it's nothing. The universe cannot understand the language of the numbers, but the universe can understand the language of your dreams, the language of your desire. Think about when you were a kid and you wanted to have a dog, or if you want to go with the parents to the seaside, how badly you want it. And think about something which was achievable and which you got on that age, and try to implement this for your future goals. Every time when you put the goal together, like, have your big dream, not just the money. Money is just a tool. You don't want money. You don't want to have just money sitting on the table, right? You want to make sure that you buying the goods or services, or you like invest them, or you help other people, other communities. So it's not about having the money, it's more about what you do with this money. So it is very important to for you to go to this road when you become a professional business owner, or maybe you are already an investor. So you need to bring the people with you, and only if you have a higher goals and vision, only then people will follow. And money, unfortunately, it is not your goal. It is just a little bridge between what you actually really wanted to have. I guess that will be it on this topic. I was not intent to go to much detail. It just I think we have really great audience here, so it's like I feel like open up and just like in touch with their cover a few other topics. So back to investment, there are different types of investment. Just I will explain you this four, because they are the most of the people they're familiar with this four. However, there are so many other types of investment exist in our world. So the bank deposits, forex, real estate, and equity investment. Today, if you're talking about the bank deposits on the risk level, it can be viewed as secured. However, I'm not entirely agree with it, because we know so many cases that banks declared themselves bankrupt, and to put in the money into the banking system, it is not as safe as it used to be, let's say 15 years ago. And especially with all these new movements such as cryptocurrency and blockchain, we can really see how banking system is changing. So the people who invest into the banks, it's called here in UK, it's called ISA account. When they open up the saving accounts, so they can put certain money per month, or they can put certain money per year, which usually locked. So you cannot withdraw them, but different investment types. So the banks can be seen as probably secure and also moderate to a certain extent. If you with the bank, for so many years, and you can see that they can give you the certain returns, then it is could be for some people a good way of putting the money into the savings account. But then don't forget, every year you have inflation, and when you receive actually the money after like 1 year of putting them in a saving account, and you do minus inflation, it is actually not much of savings at all. So be aware of that, and when you make decision where to invest money, or where you can put the money to save them, the bank deposits probably not the best investment tools. Like if you want to save money or multiply money, either way. Forex, well, we all familiar with Forex. It is very high risk, and 95% of the people who trade in Forex, unfortunately, they lose money. It is not something I'm doing it yet myself, because I always were looking for the ways where it could be more secure. So I know lots of friends who into the Forex. Some of them make money, some of them lose money, but at the end of the day, it seems like there is no pattern, so people can lose money as easily as they can make money, and vice versa. People who make the money, they tend to invest even more, and if they make wrong choices, they can lose the money. So Forex is something that high risk investment. However, if you have a look at the profit, it will be quite profitable, and you can generate the profit from 300 up to 1000% and more. Real estate. Here, especially in London, real estate is so popular. Probably every fourth person somehow would have involved in UK, in London, involved in real estate. And I'm talking about the people who are not foreigners, but people Brits who born here, and people who raise here, so they understand that every 5 years, on average, the house in London will might double up in the price. So it is very good investment. However, it is also could be a moderate risk or high risk, because it is dependent on so many factors. And as we all familiar with what happened within the US market a few years back in 2009, right? So you need to be aware of all these factors when you make a decision to invest in a real estate. There are so many different webinars and so many different courses when you can learn how invest in a real estate. There are a few other how we call them, aspects which you need to learn before you decide if real estate investment is right for you. However, it can be very good return, especially if you buy house like a city like London. Their population always growing and more people coming, and of course the prices every year more and more and more. So that's real estate. And equity investment, that is where I involved a lot personally. So equity investment, when you become co-owner, or when you owns the equity from the company. It could be a secure, moderate, or high risk. It depends on so many factors, and also return could be as big as from 500% to 10,000% and more. And equity investment, that will be lots of companies who either startups, or it could be existing business. It could be a crowd investment when you don't have business at all. There are a few forms of even the crowd investment. They also could be divided in a few subsectors. But this just to give you an idea that equity investment could be also viewed as the different ventures. So if you invest in equity, it's completely different if you invest in a startup business, or if you invest in existing business. If you use the crowdfunding for technology, or crowdfunding for maybe a business which not even yet exists and exists only on paper. So there are also different risks which can be associated with equity investment, especially if you're talking about the startup business. And crowd investment also can be quite risky. Again, if you have a look at the statistic, there are lots of people who put the money in crowdfunding, and they lose the money. Why? Because first of all, lots of businesses, startups, they fail within the first 5 years. There are so many factors, and there are so many things which need to be put in place before the company profitable. And of course, it might delay the return on the investment, and etc. Existing business also could be kind of could be high risk, but could be not. If you're talking about the franchisee, then it is also equity investment. So you buy the rights to duplicate what the company did in one country in your country. There is also some risks involved, but some people prefer to open franchisee business and earn the money on existing model. So there are different, again, there are different factors involved on each business model. And if you want to learn more about each of it, please write it down. And in your spare time, have a look on the different courses and different webinars when they can invest deeply on about the each of this investment tools. But today I will talk about the crowd investment, and this is their opportunity we offer within our company, SkyWay Invest Group. Can you please tell me if you have any questions with regards to the investment, just overall, if you have anything which you want to ask me with regards to the investment part? Thank you. Okay, no questions. We have very good crowd here. So what is the string technology? String technology was created by Anatoly Eduardovich Unitsky. You can see his picture on the slide. He is a very well-known engineer from Belarus. He previously was involved on a different businesses in terms of he's inventor, and he invented a few things which we even use today for sending people to the space. He got few awards, some of them from a State of Duma, some of them from UN, from development. So there are so many certificates and awards, letters available on his website when you can have a look. For the past 40 years, he was heavily involved into the string transport development, and that was his concept, which we're talking about today. So the idea was, instead of using the transport as we see it today, wherever it's the trains or cars or a metro tube, he thought that it will be a really good idea to put the transport above the ground. So I'm talking about 5 to 10 meters above the ground. And the best thing about technology he created, that's the first of all, we don't have to damage the environment, because we put the transport above the ground. So only the land we will touch is the where we would have a station and anchor support, where we have support legs. That's all. So we're talking about very small piece of land which we need to dig, and which we need to use in order for us to put the string technology on like up into only small piece of ground we need to use to make the trains run into run into the air. I don't know if this is the correct way to say. Also, technology itself, it's very cost effective compared to any technology today. So usually if you talk about the new projects or know-how, then it would usually associate with the higher cost, but not here. Here we're talking about the purely technology, the very pure business, which is much more cost effective. So it is the people project, and it is much more cheaper and ecologically friendly. It is cost effective from any point of view, even if you're a user or if you build on the road. And also the big part of this is the feasibility. It can be implemented anywhere in the world. It could be built in the middle of mountain. It could go to 9 degrees up. It could be built in the middle of sea, in the middle of safari. It doesn't matter what terrain we use. This transport can be built anywhere. And also the speed is very important part of this transport development. Today, if you have a look at the average, let's say, cargo speed for the cargo transport, is only 30 kilometers per hour. Imagine we live in 21st century when I can, with one click, order some products from China using like eBay or Amazon, but it would have taken me at least a month to wait for a parcel. Because unfortunately, cargo transport is so undeveloped. And as I mentioned, it's 30 kilometers per hour. This is the average speed for the cargo transport. While with this technology, we can reach up to 500 kilometers an hour. So it's like crazy figures. It's more than 10 times more, like almost 13 times more than usual transport. And this gives us unique advantage, unique competitive advantage and USP compared to any transport technology exists today. And the best part that's for this technology, Uniski decided to use the crowdfunding. Let me first show you the video about technology just to give you a bit of idea how it looks like, and then we'll talk more about the crowdfunding opportunities.
Muted. Unmuted.
I love this video. I'm so proud to be part of this project. I cannot even like. I wish I can put all my emotions, here by the camera, but it's just simply impossible. All what you saw in this video, by the way, it is existent today. So, like this video was only created like a few weeks ago, and as most of you know, if you don't know, then I'll tell you that now. The first track was tested on 28th of November last year, so very recently. And after the tests, that's when we get our filming crew film this video, and all what is seen so far in this video, it is actually it is not a Photoshop, it is not a pictures. That's how it looks today. So we're talking about not just the project, which is the startup, even though we are still the startup. We're talking about the project which now, from the idea, we implement it and we actually have it real. So you can touch it, you can sit inside, and you can feel it, and it's all happening now. As I mentioned previously, we use the crowdfunding to give the people power to invest in such project. There are so many companies where, unfortunately, ordinary people like us, we cannot be involved. Like we need to have either certain criteria, or we need to have certain minimum investment, which is usually much more than an average people will have on their savings account, on their investment accounts, if they have any. Here we use the crowdfunding to give people power. And the best thing about the Uniski technology, that's you can become a company shareholder almost with any budget you have. That is where, when we talk about this technology, we also talk about people and the opportunities we can give to the people. We do have plans for the company for the next almost 100 years, because the way how this technology will be implemented in the world, it is not just about having a single, train or stations. It is about the entire infrastructure, which will also cover all the markets which I mentioned previously. The stock market, talking about the real estate market, I'm talking about the currency market. Everything and anything can be incorporated with this project, because we're not talking about some, like new application. With all my respect, I think application market is great, and there are lots of startups can make lots of money on the apps. However, just think about this. We're talking about such a massive project. We're talking about the transport infrastructure. So the first trains, they were created like more than 100 years back, and we still use them. We're still damaging the environment, and we're still, paying for diesels and for oil to fill our tanks, and this is just wrong. We are now in 21st century, and we should have technology which can be related with the 21st century, not technology from 18th century. That is why this transport can give you a lot of potential wherever you come as investor, wherever you decide to do business, wherever you just want to take a part and serve and support. Please do not just sit and do nothing. Make sure you're involved somehow. Make sure that you also read about this business in detail. And as soon as you understand the potential, then no one will be able to stop you from doing it or from being involved in such business. And today we have more than 300 people from 11 countries involved in this business. And what you actually see from this slide, this one of my favorite slides. The pictures, on the left hand side, Photoshop, and pictures on the right hand side is a real image. And tell me, when you see that the Photoshop and real picture, they look like exactly the same in real life. I haven't seen that for a long time. Even if you're talking about some tech companies, and talking about the startups, so we're talking about any industry, usually everything looks so nice and smooth in the picture, but when you see it in real life, you're like, that's what it is. That's what I just bought, So what we have here is really unique concept and really unique people and really unique teams who are involved in the business development of this project. So you can see this, what was put as the idea a few years ago. We started crowdfunding 2 years back. So you can see the pictures from 2 years back, and the pictures are real pictures today. So not a big difference, right? They almost look like exactly same. um, we are today we are on stage number 8. Just to give you an idea of what this stages means, that in total company has 15 development stages, where stage number 9 was back to 2014, when Unitsky and his team were involved in engineering and technology development. And stage number 15 is IPO. This is our exit strategy, when company can sell their equity to the mass market. So when the company go to IPO. So today we're in the stage number 8, and we're going to move to the stage number 15 very fast. The reason why I'm so confident about it, because the difficult stage was stage 5, 6, where we had no transport, when we had even not even 5, but even earlier stage. I was involved in stage number 2, and stage number 2, it was the stage where we had just an idea. We had a few images for brochures, but that's it. No land, no tests, nor we have no fabrics, like nothing. It was just an idea to put on the paper. So on that stage, stage 2, 3, 4, 5, it was a bit difficult, and that's why we start going into different markets and tell the people about the opportunity. But today we have more than 7 countries who already signed the agreement to implement the technology in their own countries. Include Australia, Ireland, Russia, Kazakhstan, Belarus. Then we have what are the 6 country? Australia, Ireland, Czech Republic, and also in India. However, we do have we still wait for few confirmation. It was very recent. So they, I don't know if they already signed the contracts, or they just at the first stage where they discuss. And I know that they already signed the agreement, and we now in discussion where exactly going to build it. But I don't know at what stage exactly. But just to give you an idea, that's I'm talking about the technology where we're still able to offer the people good returns on the investment, and at the same time we are one step away from all these big investors, all these institutional investors and hedge funds, where they're waiting for the project being implemented in their countries. And we have more than 7 agreements so far. It is as if you now have a coffee shop, and you haven't even opened yet, but you have a queue of the customers waiting outside for first coffee. Same here. We haven't yet opened. We cannot technically go and sell technology as if we talk today. Is still we're in a stage number 8 and 9 would be demonstration certifications, and then we go after certification is done, we can sell the technology. So at the moment we're not even pushing hard or selling hard to the technology to the world. We're just creating the awareness that the technology is there, it is already exists. So what I'm saying is today we're in stage number 8, and this probably the last stage for people like us, for private investors, to be involved. Is there are a few governments, I believe I mentioned this earlier, who are really keen to put the money to fund the Eco Technopark completely. There are a few big investors now involved who also want to put a few millions into the Eco Technopark development. So as soon as this is done, then we go to the technology adoption, and then we're not going to longer talks about investing in the main technology. And the people who are investing in the main technology, one of the biggest advantage they have is that no matter where the projects will be built in the future, they are the shareholders of any projects at any country at any given time and like in stage. You are the shareholder of the main technology. For the people who missed out this opportunity, and there are going to be lots of people who will miss out for certain reasons, they would be given chance to invest, but only in local projects, which means that if they live in Australia and they invest in Australia, so they only receive the dividends and profits from Australian road. And it doesn't matter if you have 100,000 kilometers in India or somewhere next to Australia. It's not going to be shown on their accounts because they're not invested into the main technology. They invested specifically on a project. So this is very key and such a big difference. So when you're going to talk to the people and explain them, please do put this very straightforward to them. What we do here is we show the people facts and figures. We show them what we have achieved. We show them our business plan. We have this business plan available on a PDF, which consists of 15 stages. We know how much money we need to raise on each stage, and we know how we're going to spend this money on each stage. So we are completely transparent with the people. We do have all certificates, all necessary documents the people would usually ask before they make the call. But what they need to understand, once this opportunity gone is gone. And I'm not telling this to put like an extra urgency, and I'm not pitching you. I just want to be transparent and give you information that's, trust me, 2017, that will be even not entire the year, but this few months, that will be the last months for private investors to invest into the main technology. After that, as soon as certification is done, and Unitsky give us the date for certification, not the date, but the guidance for certification, that's it will be for Unibike and Unibus. Unibus is the city transport, 14 people capacity. It will be by their May, June, summertime. Then we have a cargo transport, autumn, and then entire Ekotechno Park with the speed transport will be finished by the end of this year. That's it. Then we only gonna go to different countries and talk about the local projects. And we're not just selling them technology, we sell them entire package with the technical documentation, how to build the technology. So that is why I'm saying there is going to be always an opportunity for people to be involved, especially in the business side. But if you looking into investment opportunities, do collect now all this information and make the call now, because I know how much my portfolio grown for the, like, compared to when I invested 2 years back and what I have today. My portfolio now it's like a few millions, and I can only afford it on that time, because on that time it was so cheap to buy. Today, if you want to have, I think, 5 million shares, you need to invest around 40 or 30,000. On that time, it was like 10 times even more cheaper. Because you need to remember one of the rules as well. When you join any company, any business at early stage, there are lots of risks involved, right? And the more risk would be involved, the lesser the barrier for investor would be. So you can have more for the cheaper price. However, when you join the company on the later stage, when everything is obvious, today we're not talking about with the private investors. Today we have conferences where we invite the ministers, when we invite officials, when we invite their prime ministers and company presidents. So we're talking about that level, not just the private investor, but now we can freely talk about our technology to anyone. And this is a completely different story when people invest now, because now you have everything, you have all the proofs and facts. And I don't know why the people would resist investing now in technology when everything is up and running today. But it is their decision. And what I'm just want to say here, that when you present this technology to the people in the right way, you don't need to tell anything, just to show them the facts and figures, and they can decide. The way how Havratov wanted us to see this business is that we show people opportunity. We tell them this is the door, and if you enter the door, it is your responsibility to have a look what is there behind it. If you like it, go ahead. If you don't like it, this is your decision, full respect. And that's how I do my business, and that's how all the people I'm working with closely, we all accountable for what we say and how we say. We're not gonna over the promise and under deliver. I just share with you facts and figures, what is need to take for us to go to IPO, where we're now in terms of the what stage, and what else we need to do to go there faster. That's simple as. So the question people would usually ask is, what is there for me? So this is the offers we can still offer to private investors today until we go to the next stage. Usually when the company raised the certain money for a certain stage, they would let us know, like they will give us a week or two notice, and then the prices will go up significantly, like usually something between 10 to 35%. So this is something you can have a look today. Just to explain this table, if you invest today 1,000 units and one unit is $1, you will have 150,000 portfolio. 150, it means that for you the share price will be 0.006. We not call them shares yet, because technically you can only call them shares when they are traded openly after IPO. So we call them company equity, which we trade like when you go to the back office, and when you want to become a shareholder, then it is the equity-based crowdfunding, because you're not just buying like obligation, or you're not just buying the agreement or bond, you actually buying a piece of the company. That's why it's equity-based crowdfunding. So if you invest 1,000, then you would have 150,000 in your portfolio, shares in your portfolio. And then the minimum price when the company go to IPO, which will be after 100,000 kilometers built. And just to give you an idea, today, if you summarize all the contracts we have, all the agreements, we already have more than 160,000 kilometers in pre-orders. So this means that as soon as the company is certified, then we go virally, we go globally, and just we're gonna only be involved in local project development. So when the company build the kilometers, then company would be ready to go to IPO when the price will be at least $1 per share, the minimum. And of course, the more roads we build, the more visibility we have, the more people use our roads, then the price will go higher. And recently, I spoke to a few people from our department who deals with investment. So we are looking to reach $30 per share probably the next 15, 20 years. So this will be our target, because we don't want to stop at $1. And if you have a look today at the Facebook, they enter the IPO with $30 per share. Now it's around 100. and we're talking about the Facebook, social media, like lots of people using it. So same here, even though it is not an online portal, but the more users we have, the more roads will be built. It's, of course, it will affect the share value in the future, in the valuation of the company. So this would be the opportunity we can share with the people today on investment side. Also, we do have a promotion. Oh, sorry, this is a mistake. Not valid till 20th of December, but valid till 20th of January. Let me just correct it. 20th, 20th January only. It's called. Sorry, it's called winter package. No, it's called winter package, where you can commit to one of this package, and then you're not paying in one go. You can pay within the next 5 months, and it is like a great opportunity, especially for people who think that I don't have enough money to invest, or I don't have savings, or I simply don't have much money to put. So you can go online and you can have a look at these packages. You can purchase them for the 5 months. So you can commit, let's say, $50 each month, or $100. There are different options which available online. So please have a look. I think it's called either winter packages or winter promotion, one of this. So have a look in detail. This offer will be expired on 20th of January. And this is the best for those people who want to be involved, but for some reason they have how the right way to put, they don't have enough money to spend on the investment because they simply don't have any. So for them, this is a very good opportunity, because in investment world, there is no such things as monthly payment. It just doesn't exist. If you buy the share, you buy a share. If you buy, I don't know, gold, and you can make the payment like on once, then if you want you can add another payment, but it's going to be different payment. Here we give you an offer where you can purchase entire package, but instead of the paying for the package in one go, you can divide and pay within the 5 months. So this is the really, really good opportunity, especially for people who not who do want to spend lots of money into the investment. So this is the offer. It's valid till 20th of January. Then also we do reward-based marketing. I'm not going to talk about this this webinar on depth. However, I just want to outline that the people who want to make a business today with a company, they don't need to wait till IPO, or they don't have to wait when the company goes to public. They can make the money today as soon as they help us to grow the business. We do have this reward-based marketing structure which been implemented since we start doing the crowdfunding, and so far it's been so successfully funded by so many people and so many partners are supporting us. Because then, first of all, you are helping the company to enter different markets. You're helping to develop the business, and company happy to pay you a certain percent. Depend if you're talking about level 1, level 2, level 3. The only reason why we do this, because if you look at the today businesses, even if you go to rent an office, like I did for this office, for example, when we rent the office, the first thing what they give us is the voucher that if I'm going to bring my friends, then I'm going to have 10% off on my rental. So what is this? Is this pyramid? No, this is reward-based marketing. So this is affiliate marketing, and it is very popular, and lots of companies using that on a daily basis. Even banks, for example, recently before New Year, it was an offer. If myself will have an account in my bank, and if I switch my friend, so they pay me £100 in my account just because I switch my friend from her existing bank to my bank. Like, this is insane, right? And it's everywhere. So we want to show the people that we have here opportunity for everyone. And if you don't have a money, if you're looking for income streams, if you're looking for residual income, it's here. It's here. Please have a look and consider this, because we're selling the best product. We're selling the company, the startup company, and we don't have any competitors at the moment within the transport sector. So we're not talking about selling some shampoo, or some businesses which have million partners everywhere in the world. We're talking about they're quite little companies still today. We're still quite little. We are a multi-million company, but we're not as big. It's not as developed. So we still have lots of opportunities to people to be involved. And plus, we're talking here about the investment opportunities, which are completely different compared to the traditional marketing in investment world. So you have here really unique opportunity to be able to help people to meet their dreams. While they learn about investment, they can become investors. They can also create the money streams, and they can also grow within the company, because we have so many opportunities, and we have even multiply streams. For example, you can have the reward from your structure. You can also have reward from the local projects. You can also have reward doing the different activities for the company. So that's how within the one company you can create up to 5 different streams easily. So all the people who put in a chat today that they want to create 3 and 4 and 5, well, please let's talk, and I will explain you how you can create these income streams with one company, because we are one company but many projects. It is not just one company who sell the coffee and that's it. We do have so many other products to sell, and we have so many opportunities with the SkyWay today, which will allow us you to create different streams of the money, which again will help you to reinvest and invest into different businesses and show the people that it is possible to start with the scratch and building your empire, to building your business. And it doesn't matter where you're from and what country you're based today and what is your income today. You just need to have this desire to be successful and see this opportunity through. So if you're interested more in the business side, then I welcome you to a webinar on Thursday where I'll talk more about the business opportunities. I think that's pretty much it for today. This is the promo code for new people. Will be valid till 15th of January or 16th of January. And you can, when you invite people to the business, there is a space where it says promo code. So if you give them this promo code, they will receive complimentary shares, 30 complimentary shares of the gift. So please do share this opportunity with the friends and family and your partners and other people who want to be involved in the business, as this is also a goodwill from the company. We do have a reserve fund, which after the company will be ready to go to IPO, also the shares will be distributed among all the investors equally, depending on what is your portfolio. And this is just, we wanted to, at the beginning of the new year, we want to give people more opportunities, and that's why we're happy to give these promotions for the next few days. Today is 10, for a week. Please write it down or take the print screen so you can use it for new registrations only. Also, we have a Star Marathon, which is again for people who are serious about having the business, and the people who want to be involved in the business development of the different regions. I can give you this link so you can read about the Star Marathon a bit more detail. The idea is that every time you bring a new business, you will collect the stars. And for each star, you can have a reward. So it could be free present from a company, it could be a phone, it could be a bag, it could be anything. There are so many things. It even could be a flat or a car. So there's so many gifts the company ready to give as on the top of your bonus, on the top of the percentage you receive from your partners. So this is just to kind of give people opportunity to maximize their potential, and they can earn the stars and then they can exchange them for gifts. So please have a look at this promotion. I copy pasted this to main chat. And I think that's pretty much it for today. I'm very sorry I took a bit of your time. I tried to put everything like within 1 hour, but every time it seems like I talk more and more. Do you have any questions on this? If you do, please ask me. I would be able to happy. I would be happy to answer them. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, then that's it for tonight. I will send it to you recording webinar, this webinar probably tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to see those who excited for the business opportunities on Thursday. Thank you very much and have a good night and have a good day for some of you. It was really a pleasure to see you all guys today. Bye bye now.